Hello, folks. Um, so ALPP, I tried to get this panic this morning right here at, I think actually I tried to get it around 96. In any event, I missed. So I missed that shot. I missed this shot. Where was it? I think it was this one. I guess it's a good thing I missed that, apparently. So I saw him, I read the level 2, and I've been reading a book called How to Analyze Volume or something. A Complete Guide to Volume Price Analysis. Read the book, then read the market. And so I was looking for what, oh, it was right here. So I was looking for what the author, she describes as anomalies. And this is a great example of an anomaly. This candle here is not very big at all, but this volume candle is huge. So that means that all of this selling was packed into this tiny candle. And so, so basically what happened is buyers were soaking it in here. And this must be where I tried to take it because I was trying to play the anomaly. But I missed, and thank goodness, right? Yeah, I think it was somewhere near the market open, and that makes the most sense to me. So on to the things that I did do well. Pluggy ploo. Pushed today. I thought that this was a number 6. Although it's kind of near its highs to be a number 6. So it pushed. I felt that the move was too fast. So if you look, it moved 10% in a couple hours. Seemed like a lot to me. And so I grabbed a put. Where did I get it? I grabbed a put. I waited for it to push. Wait for the screaming to stop. It came back up. I think I grabbed a put in here, and it was for 28. So it came down. I think the spread was really weird, if I recall correctly. And when it pushed back up, I got out. I didn't want to be on the roller coaster. And so I waited until it put in this, these dojis here, where it was struggling to keep its height. And doesn't look like either of those was an anomaly. Although one could argue this had a lot of selling volume and there was very little movement. So anyway, I got a put in here, and I managed to hold that for quite a while. I think I got out into this pull. So taking the meat of the move. Needed to move. So I stopped out once and I profited once. So nothing to cry about there. Goodness. Oops. Goodness. This was a scary trade. I got my put into this push yesterday, and I was risking this high a day. And high a day failed. I thought about adding, I did not. Right now I'm just trying to make sure that I'm consistently profitable with my strategy, and then I will consider adding. And of course, it gave me this nightmare into after hours. I thought about buying shares here actually to mitigate my risk, and then it pushed. I thought it looked like it would squeeze, but I knew 2 was resistance overhead, and I don't know what it is for me psychologically, but it's just easier for me to get myself to buy puts. If I think about buying shares, I freeze up. I don't want to. Um, and then if I think about buying a put, I usually like wait. I'm way better at waiting until what I think is the right spot, and then grabbing, puts. I almost bought calls today, but I didn't. I think I'm just bearish. I really think that I just have that inclination. Um, so so it did squeeze. It was a little bit scary, but I couldn't exit my position. And then when it opened today, it opened below this main resistance here. And so I was a lot less scared. Let's see, where is it? This is easier to see on a 6-month chart, maybe. Yeah. So you've got this resistance here with 113 million shares were traded that day. So that's 113 million shares worth of volume resistance. And then you've also got these 2 days of resistance. But I wouldn't worry about these in terms of volume because they were before this massive run. And so they don't concern me as much because whoever was holding the bags here, if they weren't smart enough to get out in this move, then they probably aren't smart enough to get out in this one. That $4, man, if GNUS ever breaks $4. So anyway, so it was a little scary to sit through this this squeeze, this extended hours squeeze. I shares to mitigate my risk, and I probably would have sold them around 2 or maybe into this pull. But anyway, it opened up below. You can see the open here, 192. It opened below my strike price. It pushed. I told myself that if it broke my strike, I was getting out. It did not, and then it faded. This was the red-green level here. The previous close was 183, and so I was a little bit nervous watching that 183, and you can see there's this reversal pattern. Now you get the double bottom, and then it just holds right against that wall, for felt like forever. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, like an hour. From noon to 1-ish. And then it cracked. And it cracked when it cracked. I didn't think much of it. I was kind of watching it out of the corner of my eye. And I saw it crack, but it was still above the double bottom. And then next thing I knew, it was at 150, and I was scrambling to sell my put. Oh, if you watched my last video, you know that I was concerned about a good faith violation, but it turns out that options settle every day, unlike shares. If you trade shares, then it takes 3 days to settle. If you trade options, it takes 1 day to settle. And so my cash settled before I sold, so I didn't break any rules, which is awesome. So awesome. And then ACB, I'm almost scared to look. So ACB is a weed stock. It's kind of beat down, but it is one of the weed leaders. It's a sector leader. And it had this recent run when Biden got elected, and then had this other recent run because Biden was still elected, and then I don't know why, just recovery, I guess. So then today it popped up and it hit resistance, but all of this resistance happened during extended hours. So that's the thing about extended hours moves. You can put a little bit of weight into them, but you see how little volume is traded during extended hours. So because there's less volume on the price action, there's less impact. Excuse me, there's less impact on the, how do I say this? The levels aren't as strong for support and resistance. But $10 is a natural support resistance line, and I think it's probably the second strongest. It goes $1, $10, $5 for penny stocks. And it had this previous support, previous support, previous support now becomes new resistance, new resistance, new resistance. And it managed to, ACB managed to pop up today. I would consider this a number 6. And it managed to pop up today and it managed to break over 10. I started watching it around this 10 level and was considering grabbing a 10 strike put into one of these pops. But I felt that a short squeeze might be coming, and remember, my rule is wait for the screaming to end. And so I felt that the screaming was over on this tall wick here. It's got a new high day, but before it was like 1020 something. And so came back down, it pushed, I got a put into here. I held it through this mess. Because I did feel that it was going downtown. It did not go downtown. I was determined from the beginning of the trade not to hold overnight. I would love to have no positions for a little while, or at least no overnight positions, because I really think it's affecting my sleep. So I was already determined not to hold it overnight. I wanted this crack of 10, and it was really cool to watch the level 2 action. I should have recorded it because I would love to review it. It was an interesting study in volume analysis, trying to use what I'm learning, because you have these big moves on low volume, and that's called an anomaly. And then you have small moves. Where is it? Small. Is this one? Oh, I guess this is kind of a big move on low volume. But basically you look for small moves on big volume and big moves on small volume, and that's called an anomaly. Oh, like here's one. That's a really small move on a lot of volume. And I've still got a lot to study about it, and then I'll have a lot of practice to do before I get any decent at it. Here's another example of a big volume move, but a small price move. And then it always happens after hours. But I think that's just the nature of extended hours. So I wound up break even on this trade. I was watching MBIS all day thinking about buying puts on it. I wanted 350 strike puts. I don't know what stopped me. I guess because, wow. But look at the volume. It's that massive move on this tiny amount of volume. That's an anomaly. That was pretty cool. So I'm glad I didn't buy puts on MBIS. I think what stopped me was I didn't feel like the move fit my pattern. I didn't hear no screaming. I'm trying to find really just like stupid obvious moves. I also thought about Mara and Riot. Because Mara, yeah, when Mara broke 6, I was looking at puts, but I just wasn't sure. You know, I don't know what Bitcoin's doing. I don't know what Mara's gonna do. I don't know what's going on. I thought about Riot calls for 10. That was right in here. I was like, this is gonna go to 10, and I could profit from that. But I didn't do it. I'm more convinced that a spike will return to normal than a spike will happen in the first place. I did consider grabbing 10 puts, but it's in the middle of the pattern. This is mid-range, you know, it can go to 11, it can come back to 850, or more likely it'll hold up around 9 again. But I remember the Riot struggle, and I want to take very obvious moves. I think these are 52-week highs for Mara. Yeah, see? So wait till the screaming stops. I hope that this goes to 10 tomorrow. I hope it goes to 10 tomorrow, and then I will short the crap out of it. I'll buy one contract. So yeah, that's my game right now. OTCs, if I catch a multi-day breakout, or if I can catch a dip, and puts on listed stocks. Let's see. I also considered BLNK. What did I tell you about? Plug, right? Yeah. So I considered BLNK, and look, it's good that I didn't get it, because I would have got creamed, or maybe not creamed, but it wouldn't work out well for me. I need to wait for this to do something stupid, and then say, oh, that was stupid. You just wait until there's money lying in the corner, and then you go pick it up. I think what stopped me on Blink was the spread. The puts were like 20, 30 cents apart, and I was just not interested in playing that game. Same with Moderna, yeah. I missed these moves. I feel like if I had been paying attention at the time, if I had been paying attention to these stocks at the time of these moves, I think that I might have nailed them. Let's see. but all the good stuff happened after hours, you know? But here it gaps down, it pushes up, fails hard. I'd like to think that I could have got into this push. These are 1 hour candles, so I probably wouldn't have got it here. Probably would have got it in here somewhere. But you can see it's so far. It's kind of stupid, you know. So my goal is to wait for stupid things to happen, and then say, well, that was stupid. I don't think I would have got Pfizer at all. I would have been timid about this from a bearish perspective, and this move happened. I would have liked to get in here, but this was during extended hours, and my strategy doesn't work during extended hours. So, and then I probably would not have got in here. I would have been more bullish, probably, because this is after it's fallen. So that's where I'm at. That's how my day went. I guess I don't really have a caption for today. I'm just kind of learning what I'm doing, trying to figure it out. Thanks for watching.